Hello, hello, hello. So let me just share this out so I'd like to say hi to anybody that wants to come in and say hi back. I haven't been live in quite some time, so just wanted to test things out. Um, it's been a test trying to figure out where to put everything. It really has, and I'm still not there yet. I still have a lot more to do. A lot more. I still have a couple more big totes of craft stuff to unpack. So, let's see. Hi, Kristen. How are you? I'm just sharing this out, so give me just a second. One more. All right. Okay. Well, I'm not really going to be doing any crafting. I just wanted to show you guys that I'm set up in my new place, and I'm well, not all the way set up. I still have a lot to get done, but I can like see I've got my all my craft stuff is a bit different. Everything's different. There's my screen. I have stuff over here and stuff over here and down there and under my desk. This is my new desk. Now let's see if I can fix my camera the way I had it. Let's see. Hi, Dawn. How are you? That should be good like that. I just wanted to do a quick test. I really need to clean my glass media mat really bad. So I have to say first off, thank you. I love my desk, and what it is, it's let me move my glass media mat. So we bought a desk from Sam's Club, and it was not even big enough. It was $100, but it was not even big enough. And when we put it, but it was a start. And when we put it in the RV, we realized that there was so much open space behind it, meaning back that way, all that way. And so my husband suggested we go buy a piece of wood, a good piece of wood, and screw it down on top of that desk. So that's what we did. It's very wide. It's all the way back there. It's way back there. I have a long desk way back there that comes all the way to right here. It's huge. And then I have underneath, and I have drawers underneath, but I stained it with a smoke gray stain. So I stained that piece of wood, and then I varnished it. I probably should have varnished it better, but I was in such a hurry. You know, I'm doing good. I'm starting to finally relax, and because I'll have to video chat with you, Dawn, so you can see what I've done in here. So I can do a walk around. I should have gone live on my phone and done a walk around. Maybe I'll do that too. Um, but one of the first things I want to say about my craft area is my last one. I got pretty warm there in the summertime. It got pretty darn warm in that area. I had a fan always there. I had to make room for a fan to cool me off because no air was getting to me. But as far as my new place, my central air vent is right above my head here in this, so I'm freezing right now. So this is the air conditioner is blowing straight down on my head. So this is going to be really nice when it's 120 degrees outside, and I'm not going to want to have anything to do with that heat but stay inside with my cool air. It's going to feel nice to craft underneath here. Yes, you know what, you're right, Dawn. And I said goodbye to that old place because it kept me at home for 4 years almost. You know, it was a roof over my head, and it did some amazing things for us. You know, it kept me safe, it kept our family safe, and there was some room in that place that was amazing. You know, the way I was able to set up my craft area, people were amazed. You know, I had the extra lip on the front of the trailer, which is up front up here, and this one doesn't have it. So I'm trying to adjust to find places where, you know, where things can fit and everything like that. But I just wanted to test, make sure I can go live, and I still am going to be moving all my stuff around me, who knows how many times. But at least until I'm comfortable with it right now. And I'll change it as many times as I need to until I think it's can no longer be changed. Yes, it was. Yes, thank you, Dawn. Yep, I'm alive. I'm alive, and I can do some work in here. But the thing is I don't want to ruin the desktop, and this glass media mat only covers this much, okay? But there's overspray, okay, or paint splatters or whatever. So I've had two things be suggested to me. One is to buy a roll of like the brown craft paper that I can just roll out and across the desk, you know, when I'm going to do some spraying or painting, or just have a layer there always, you know, and change it every so often. Or option two so far is to get a clear tablecloth and put it over this. Not over the glass, but over the desk, over the wood. What I can't afford a big piece of tempered glass like that. I don't know where you would even buy it, you know, or how you cut it. I would love to have that. I need to close this vent a little bit. It's freezing me out. Yeah, I had to close my vent a little bit. Jeez, Louise. This is really dirty. This was in storage for a long time, so I'm going to get ready to clean it up. But this is what my daughter gave me one year, I believe, for Mother's Day. And I love it. I'm going to clean it up real good. She took all four of my kids' pictures, combined them, and made it spell mom. It's magnetized, so I got to clean it real good. This is pretty, it's got pretty scratched. I didn't have this set. Well, this was in the cabinet that I couldn't get to in my old trailer. I know, it's so expensive these days. I know. But what do you think, Dawn? I can't get tempered glass right now. Do you think some brown craft paper, you know, like a roll of it, you know, you can get it at the hardware store, or a clear, or whatever kind of tablecloth, clear or what, you know. And my son, Billy, that passed away, he is going to be over here in my craft area with me. I have a little shelf set up just for him right here. And my mother-in-law has his urn right now because the move. We didn't want anything to happen to it. So he's visiting with his grandma right now. So, and I'm sure he's having a great time because she's a wonderful grandma. She always has been. So he's going to be, because he's the reason, he's inspired me to craft anyways. This is the whole thing. He's inspired me to craft, so why not have him by me? You know, so, but I wanted to show you guys a couple of things that I've done for my son Billy. After he passed away, you could order these books, these hardcover books, and I saw them and I thought, oh, how sweet! I want one for our son Billy. It says, "Our Sweet Billy," and this book I think was only like $10 from Free Prints Photo Books. It says, "Our Sweet Billy, we love you so much." This is a picture of him when he was a baby. Yes, he's my handsome boy. Look at that. This is him when he was a little boy. This is him in the hospital during his first treatment, when he first got cancer, not his relapse. This was his most favorite nurse. She came to his funeral as well. Um, she gave him massages. All she did went beyond helping him. You know, she did, and he adored her. She came for him all the time, no matter what. We still talk to her to this day. She's married and has children now. Or she got married back then, but this is me and Billy. This is him at the hospital. This is after he got better. This is right before his relapse. So he got really well. And he turned into the wonderful, wonderful young man. This is after his relapse. This is him and his older brother. This is Chris. But I think these books are wonderful. This is me and Billy after his relapse. This is Billy and his dad after the relapse. I know, and you can have these books made of whatever. I think if you want to have like quotes and things like that on the pages, you just pay a little bit more. But I did this in such a hurry. You know, I just wanted to get one done. And this is Billy in the hospital after his relapse, of him holding another little baby that had leukemia. So sad, but this little one baby did not make it either. This little, she's beautiful, but she didn't. The leukemia got her too. And Billy, all he kept saying was, "Mom, there's so many little kids here. You know, I want to go before these kids because they haven't got to live yet. They're only so little." I says, "I understand that." And here an 18-year-old boy is you know, telling me that they haven't got to live yet. And I know that my son hasn't really got to live yet, but he knew that he lived longer than them. You know what I mean? He was a sweet, sweet boy. And this is some comedians. This is my son. This is Dane Cook. And these are two comedians. This is Vinny and this is Steve Simone. This is Vinny Vaseline. You can find them on Comedy Central and things like that. But Dane Cook, you know where you can find him. He's an actor, employee of the month. And this is him and his sister. And this is him when he was a little boy. He loved going to the river. He loved it. Another one at the river. Christmas pictures. A school picture. Another one at the river with him and James. That's my youngest boy. And then Billy. And here's all 4 of my babies. They were burying their brother that day. This is Billy and another very, very wonderful person. She came to his funeral as well. Her child had leukemia. I think he was about 4 or 5. And he is amazing today. He's doing so wonderful. Hi, Kellyanne. How are you? This is Ashley. Her son is just so strong today. He did so good. And then this is a picture of all 6 of us. Me, my husband, our 3 boys, and our daughter. Isn't that beautiful? This was about 17 years ago. Yeah, we do. So that's going to be by me. And then one of the ladies at the hospital that her child had leukemia, the little baby that didn't make it, I showed you, she went to the gift shop and at the hospital and bought my son these for his room. Love, faith, and hope. So we keep these in his memorial area. And then there's this little program thing at the hospital, at Children's Hospital Los Angeles, that does, you get certain beads. You get these beads when you accomplish things. And you get just some random ones to make a necklace or a bracelet or whatever. And then you get letters and stuff like that. So my son, it's got some dust on it because it was put in a cabinet that got real dusty. But he made this one, and he's got his name on it. It was called Beads of Courage. So, thanks, Kellyanne. And he made this, so that stays with him. This is his original birth certificate. It's not a valid one. You know, you can't use it for anything legal. But it's the certificate of birth where he was born, Elko General Hospital of Elko, Nevada. Those are his little feet. Well, I guess that's big feet because he was 9 pounds, 1.5 ounces, and he was 21 inches long. Yeah. Hi, Tammy. Well, I'm sorry, what, Tammy? And then I want to read you guys something. This is what I chose to have on his little, I don't know what it's called right now. It'll come to me, though, I'm sure. The little booklet pamphlet you give to people when they come to the funeral, you know, that tells about the person. Well, this is a little quote that I found for my son that I chose, and me and my husband agreed on it. I'm going to read it to you guys. God saw you getting tired. God saw he was getting tired, and a cure was not to be. So he put his arms around him and whispered, "Come with me." With tearful eyes, we watched him suffer and saw him fade away. Although we loved him dearly, we could not make him stay. A golden heart stopped beating, hard-working hands to rest. God broke our hearts to prove to us he only takes the best. Yeah, Children's Hospital, LA, Los Angeles. Beads of Courage. But this quote, I found this. Hi, Trucker Janie. How are you? This quote I felt was perfect because this explains him perfectly how in that year, he was diagnosed in June, and it took his life a year later in June. Yeah, isn't it a sweet quote? So that's going to stay by me. And then, because he touched many hearts there at this hospital. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but I just sometimes I don't understand why. This is a Bible that one of the nurses that took care of him, she was very faithful, and she would come and pray with Billy because she knew Billy had God in his life and things like that. Billy knew where he was going. You know, he wasn't afraid of that. He didn't want to, but he knew and he understood. At the end he did. But oh, somebody made this for him. It's called Chewbacca, but it's Chewbacca. Somebody made that for him in the hospital and wrote him a long letter. Will. They called him Will, Prince William at the hospital. But she bought this Jesus censored Bible for my son and had his name etched in this Bible, William Brady. So, yeah, so she wrote him a little something somewhere. I don't remember. Oh, there's a letter right there. That's a letter to him. It's very hard to read. I've only read it once, but I won't read it again because I don't want to bawl my eyes out. So that's the things that's going to stay with his urn is going to stay right to the left of me on this little shelf, this cube shelf, um, because I want him near me. Oh, and I'm going to have this picture too, probably. It's dirty. I need to clean it. It got really dusty, but this is a good picture of my boy. So I'm going to have these things near me because he's the freaking reason why I'm a crafter, because his butt told me, Mom, I need to go to Michael's, a craft store, to go get some markers and a poster board so I can make my nurses a poster. I was like, okay, because every now and then he got to leave the hospital, for like a week, and then he'd have to come back and stay a month. He got to do that in between things. And yeah, I know, aren't they? Those are very good keepsakes. But he he would he had me go take him to Michael's, and that's the first time I've ever been in one of those stores. I never heard of Hobby Lobby. I didn't never know what it was. I thought it was a man's store actually. Hobby, I never knew. And so like 7 years ago, he had me walk into a Michael's and walk down the marker aisle, and I was like, oh my gosh, what is all this stuff? And then I started looking more and more and more. But then, I didn't buy anything then. I didn't craft then. Because, we were still taking care of Billy and things were pretty hectic and stuff like that. But then when he passed away, I came across his markers and some of his art papers and things like that. And that's where it all started. Oh, oh, thank you, Trucker Janie. Oh, that reminds me, did you get your little package? Bye, Kellyanne. Thank you for stopping by. It's always good to see you, Kellyanne. Kellyanne's an OG. She's from the very beginning of my life. Well, I'm gonna have to tighten my camera because I see it shaking a little bit. So I'm gonna have to do that, tighten it a little bit. My husband still has to tighten down this trailer or do whatever he has to do to strap it more or whatever it is. But I think I'm gonna do a walkthrough, a live walkthrough if YouTube lets me go live. I'm gonna do a live walkthrough of my place. So I'm actually gonna get going from here, and I'm gonna try to start a live stream on my phone so I can do a walkthrough of my RV, so you guys can kind of see a better angle of how my craft area is and looks, and whatever you see that's messy or right now, just don't even worry about it because I'm still moving in. I've only been in here a few days, okay? But I want to thank you guys for coming in and chat with me for these few minutes while I share a few very, very personal things with you. But, I'm okay with that. I will never forget that boy. I will talk about him till the day I die, you know. But thank you, everybody. Pretty soon I'll be back crafting. Hope you'll craft with me sometime. Bye for now. See you soon.